All right, so we're going to move on to Epstein not killing himself.
Oh, Epstein definitely didn't kill himself. That was the Trump and Clinton foundations, definitely.
The foundations?
Oh, yeah.
What did they merge together?
Yeah. Oh, I bet you they did. Think about that. I mean, I don't
know who killed him, but I know he didn't kill himself. That's definitely a fact.
Can you pull up a picture of his cellmate just so these people can see? And we'll describe it to the viewer or the listeners.
Yeah, I would be glad.
I hope you're listening to this in your car right now. I'm going to give you a little ASMR.
You just scared away like everybody. Okay, here. Stop chewing in the microphone. Jesus. Here's his cellmate.
Let's hope somebody's listening to this in their car. Oh my gosh.
This guy.
Why don't you just bring the whole image up, or can you not do that?
I can't, but it's New York Post.
That man.
Let me zoom in.
It looks like that man killed him for cyclosteroids. Like, look at that.
I mean, he makes him look harmless because he has all these dogs around him. But look at these arms. He could strangle 10 people to death with these arms.
Oh, yeah. Those arms are bigger than my head, and I have a very large head.
Did you know this guy was an ex-cop?
Mm-hmm.
So, like...
Didn't he get in trouble for, like, beating people up?
I think so. So, that's Epstein's cellmate. And, obviously, I know that you know this. He... What was it, like... He was taken off suicide watch after, like, 24 hours. And then he got moved to a cell with that guy. And then
the cameras also weren't working because they're updating or something.
Yeah, and the cameras just happened to be down when he went in a cell with that guy. And then the officers that were supposed to be checking on him every 30 minutes, I think they, like, I don't know if they said it or if, like, whoever it was, I think they said they fell asleep for 6 hours while they were supposed to be checking on him every 30 minutes. And that's why he didn't get checked on. And then, of course, the cameras being out, and then just... Somehow he ends up hanging himself, and then somehow he hangs himself and breaks his own neck in the process.
I don't know if the people know how jail works, but they give you virtually nothing to hang yourself with.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have any shoelaces.
And then let alone break your own neck.
Like he, not even being able to strangle himself, he'd have to be in a place, like in a cell with a bunk bed, and jump off the bunk bed and laying perfectly on his neck to break his neck. So you can't even break your own neck, I don't think.
Yeah, I think they had some, I don't know if it was, I don't think it was like a medical examiner that was like on the case, but I think there was like a few independent doctors that like, because I think they showed his x-rays or something that like looked at the x-rays and they were like, yeah, there's no way that you could do this yourself. And nobody said, and then like, nothing was said. They're like all the like government people were all just kind of like, well, he broke his own neck.
Well, I mean, when you really think about it, to break, like, it takes a lot to break a person's neck. Yeah. Have you seen those videos where people go to the chiropractor and they, get their neck and back adjusted?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've heard the sounds that those necks make and the angle they go at. And, that doesn't even break a neck. And they say that.
And have you seen the ones where they lay on the table and they like wrap like something around their head and they like pull their head like straight back? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't break anything.
Yeah.
And they're pulling hard.
Oh, yeah. That's why movies just kind of put us out of perspective of how strong your neck really is.
Yeah. Because in a movie, like somebody comes up and just like karate chops you once and then like your neck's broken.
Yeah. Now, if you were an infant, you could easily break their neck. Yeah. Like, that wouldn't be hard because a guy that, I work with, his kid had troubles coming out of the womb.
I thought you were going to say he broke his kid's neck.
No. Yeah, you only call him out right here on this podcast and have it for everybody to hear. Which, I mean, I guess I would do that actually because that'd be pretty messed up. But either way, his kid had whiplash or something whenever it was born for some odd reason. But they had to take it to a chiropractor.
Had a whiplash.
Yeah, that's a strong. Yeah, I just don't know how that even happens. Like, there's just crazy things happen to people in this world.
The doctor said push, and she said okay.
And then he had a baseball mitt ready to go. Just caught it wrong. But he said like whenever they're doing it for the baby, you could all they could do is just turn its neck just a little bit, and that was it. And he said he had to pay like $100 for them to do that.
That's ridiculous.
I know, for real.
Paid you $100 to turn my kid's head.
Yeah. So I mean, now like I said, for an infant, yes, you could snap their neck easy, but for a full-grown human, if you have any neck muscle whatsoever from even just looking left and right every day,
yeah,
it's going to be a little difficult to break your neck.
And like the whole Epstein thing, like even what's crazy about that one is like even the people that like completely disregard every single conspiracy theory, even those people are like, okay, this is a little weird. And like, this really doesn't add up.
Those kind of people that don't.
And then wasn't there like 3 or 4 people that were like supposed to be questioned regarding the whole Epstein case, and then like all 3 or 4 of them or whatever, like one by one, before they had a chance to speak, they committed suicide, supposedly. I know for sure his banker did, but I thought there was like 3 or 4 of them.
It's like what happened with the Clintons, because the Clintons during their campaigns going for office, there would be people that were going to come out and speak something about them. They'd end up strangling themselves or shooting themselves in the head.
Wasn't there somebody that
shot himself in the back of the head, apparently?
Well, yeah, there was that, but wasn't there somebody that they supposedly shot themselves in the head twice?
No, I haven't seen that one, but it wouldn't surprise me if they said that.
And there was one, I don't even know if there's anything to do with the Clintons, but there was one that there was like some important guy that was on an airplane that crashed, and like everybody on the airplane survived except for him, and he had a bullet hole in his head. I don't remember exactly who that was.
I'd have to look into that.
But it was one of those things that I just remember seeing, and I was like, really?
Like, how the heck?
Yeah.